Hi, this is James Werner, Project Manager for the Tippecanoe County Assessor's Office again, following up with my previous video on the public-facing side of the Vote Center tool that I created to help the public see wait times and total votes cast at individual early vote centers. What I'd like to do here is give an idea of how this map was set up and put together, just to give users a little bit of background on it and maybe folks in the public an idea of how it works. This is a general information screen that I have here about the base map that drives the application. This map, the information is here. We can see a lot of information about the map. It is driven by a data set that we showed down here. There's the various layers that are involved with the map. I'm going to go ahead and go into one of these layers and I'll just give you an idea what it looks like. So when we go into the vote center location map, this is what has the majority of the data, and we can take a look at the usage of this map. Let's take a look and just see. There's been 75,000 requests of this map in just a few short days. And that's the past 24 hours. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look at what it's been over the last 7 days. 168,000. So that's great. People are actually using it. Looks like we dropped off a little bit today, and maybe some more will pick up again when we reconvene on election day. The basic data that drives this map is a geocoded table where I use the addresses to create these points on the map. And then we can add other information to it. So in this case, for the Election Commission, they wanted to be able to track the wait times for the vote centers. So we have a column for that. Here we have the hours of operation. So we have a column for that. We have the vote location totals per day and early voting, election day, whether or not they're open, the hours for election day. When it is closed, we have basically a checkbox that will present a close sign so that people know that that location is closed. We're still continuing to put those on the map so people can see many of those closed locations are going to be election day locations. So they may not be able to vote there today, but maybe next week they'll know where to go. Here we have the total votes cast at each center. Some of these don't have any data because they're only open on election day, and we will release all of those at the time. We're not using it, but there's also a field here to add files, so we could add other data about the election vote centers or photographs or documents, whatever pertaining to those items. If we wanted to say right now with COVID, maybe we would want to show the rules or how to sign up to be a poll worker or something like that. That could all be attached through here. But that's the basic table structure that drives this map. I'm going to go ahead on out of here. So that gives us the basic information about it, tells us how it works. This map is set up. This is the base map. We have a public version of this, and we have an internal version of this. The internal version of this map is set up to be able to be used with a program. It's a cell phone or mobile device app called Collector. And these are all Esri products. Esri provides most of the software for mapping for really most of the governments at all levels. And also a lot in the public sector as well. But the Collector app is something that we've been using in the assessor's office to gather information about building permits. It allows us to attach not only the permit documents, property record cards, but also photographs from our inspections and to share that information with others. So what I want to do here is give you an idea on how that Collector app works. So this is our base data that drives it. I took the map itself, the public-facing map. So the public-facing map is set up to where it can't be edited only from logged in authorized users. When I open this in the viewer, I can take a look at what it's like. So we not only wanted to create the location, but we also wanted to communicate other information like the total votes. I created a heat map for the wait time so that these items that have the hotspots, we see that they have longer wait times. The yellow halo indicates the total votes. So we can see that the county office building is by far collecting the most votes, but we can also check those on other areas. The information we're delivering here, again, same thing as I showed on the cell phone app earlier. We can click over and see a Google Street View of this if we want to get an idea of what the building looks like, or use Google Maps to get there. So here we see this building on State Street, kind of what it looks like, where to go, so on and so forth. So again, this vote center map, where I added these layers, then is communicated on to an application, a vote center application. So here we have the basic vote center app, and this is what the application looks like. This is how I would edit the application to add other tools. There's a lot of, we have directions on there now when we have some charts and things like that, but we can provide some other functionality maybe in the future. What I'd love to see would be a way of letting the general public update the wait times on how long they had to wait, and then take an average of that, rather than having to have people from the election offices continually going in and updating the wait times at the locations. We just let the public feed us that information and take averages. That might be another way of handling this maybe next time around. This is the application itself, what it looks like on the desktop. The video I made earlier shows how it looks on the telephone. So it looks just the same as it does on the telephone. And you can see here that, same tools are available and everything. It just works a little faster on the desktop. Anyway, the way that we edit this and updated it is really interesting. So I created another map that is this back end version. So it's a vote center locations. I have the vote center application, and then we have these BE for back end. So this is the back end map, and this one allows for editing. So a logged in user, someone working in the election office or the county clerk, can get in here and take a look at this map. And I'm just going to open the viewer and show you what it looks like on my screen. So somebody sitting at a desktop, maybe people are texting in the information or emailing in the wait times from the various locations, and someone could, from a central location, go in and put that information in. They could also update in the table I showed you earlier, but this map is set up for being able to edit it. It's getting in here to edit, gives me the information. I can put in, it shows me who made the last edits. It was our county clerk just a couple minutes, 2 minutes ago. So we know that this wait time information is up to date. And so hopefully if people are using this app, it will send them out to maybe another location where it's not as extreme. But this is where we go in and update these. I'd like to show you now the what it looks like to use this from a cell phone. So if we had people in the field in the various locations, and we wanted them to be able to edit from there, we would create logins and secure password, and they would be able to get in using this tool we call a collector. It's another Esri field tool, and it's really fantastic. Let me get here and I can show you the Esri collector, what it looks like. Okay, so now we're on my cell phone. So if I was at one of these locations or not, I could update the information. And it's a very easy process for the users. All they have to do is click on the Vote Center information. It gives it to us right here. I can see that our county clerk just updated this 3 minutes ago. There's the hours of operation if we needed to make any changes to that. Early voting, yes, it's also an election day. Closed, as long as it doesn't say yes, we don't have a closed sign. But we could see collect information there. We could add photos, or we could add documents, or whatever is needed. Maybe this would be good if there was an incident at a vote center. Someone could switch over and shoot a video that could be taken, to see what happened or whatever the situation is. These aren't public, but it could be communicated back to the managers of the site, and we could choose to make things public if we like to, but in this case, we wouldn't. But they could add a video from that location as to whatever it is they wanted to communicate, or if they wanted to give special instructions, say for COVID-19 voting, or tell people where to park, or whatever it is. Those kind of things could be added using Collector, and it's a very simple process here. There's down here at the bottom, you can see this little pencil. It's a little edit tool. Someone would just edit that information. They can go in and select edit on any of these areas, add a photo or attachments, whatever they want to do. And then they would just hit submit, and then it is updated on all the maps, all the derivative maps from this. Collector is a fantastic tool. I read a lot about what they did with it in the wildfires in California. We made an application that doesn't use Collector, but it allows people to locate lost pets. That was modeled after the maps they used during the wildfires in California to help people reunite with their animals, and also to find resources like animal hospitals, animal control, that kind of thing. So that map I made was really the thing that taught me how to construct this this voter location map. But anyway, I hope that this helps people understand how we update them. One more thing I'd like to show you. In the Collector app, there is also an option up here in the right-hand corner where I can update things all together. So at the end of the night, so that whoever's updating this doesn't have to go into each individual thing, they can do edit multiple. And by using edit multiple, now it says here select items. So I just, would just tap on those items on the map. I can tap on as many as I want. And then I hit continue up here in the upper right-hand corner. And then when I update this now, it's right now early voting, yes. If I put that no, these would all become not early voting. Or if I wanted to say they're all closed, I can make them all closed at once. So that prevents having to go in and individually update each one when all you're doing is saying they're all closed or 5 of them are closed, so it really is effective in that way. Now you have to go in individually if you wanted to update vote tallies, but again, these could be done from a computer or from this Collector application that Esri's made for us. If anybody has any questions about this stuff, feel free to email me. It's just jwerner, JWERNER at tippecanoe.in.gov. And we are always looking for ways to share this technology with not only other county government offices, but also the general public if they have community projects where this kind of information will be helpful. Being able to route to each of these centers might be great, even for candidates or anyone else, and they can, use these as public information so they can use these tools that we provide, and we'd love to see them doing it. So if anyone, like I said, if anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to contact me, but I just wanted to give you an idea of not only this tool that has been widely used by the public, but also in this video, the back end of the tool and how it's updated, and just so you can see how easy it is. So hopefully people will think about this and maybe come up with some other application ideas for us, and we would love to help you out with them. Thank you very much, and hope you all have a nice day.